Yo, what's good, gang? You know the name. It's Transition representing Gap Tooth Games, and I'm back at y'all with another video. Go ahead and hit that like button for me as you come on in. Drop a comment down in the comment section to let me know how you feel about this video at the end. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, because we're going up. You did? But in today's video, we're going to be talking about Wes Watson. Now, if you see my last video about Wes Watson, then you know the man's been arrested. That's right, the man finally got arrested. So, he got arrested for the fight that he had in the gym. And he's already had his day in court. Well, I should say he already had his day with the magistrate to see if he can get a bond hearing. And it's crazy because he had Judge Mindy Glazer as a magistrate. I love that lady. I ain't gonna lie. I be watching a lot of her content. So, you dig, I like that lady. But he had his day in court, and this is how it went.
Good morning, sir. Can you announce for the record, please?
Of course. Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Gottlieb on behalf of Mr. Watson.
Good morning. Have you had a chance to review the arrest affidavit?
I have not seen the affidavit, Your Honor. However, I am familiar with the facts and circumstances of the case. This was a fight that happened at Mr. Watson's gym where an individual challenged Mr. Watson to a fight, came into the gym, placed a recording device believed to be a cell phone down to watch him fight Mr. Watson. I believe Mr. Watson has numerous defenses, including stand your ground, self-defense, and consent to this charge. I understand the state's theory. However, this individual came to Mr. Watson for the specific purpose of challenging him in a street fight. And then
here it says the CCTV shows the victim set up his phone to start recording the interaction between him and the defendant. And it says the victim pushed the defendant.
correct.
State.
I'm reading it, Your Honor.
He struck the victim several times at the weightlifting belt. And then other people join in striking and kicking the victim.
Your Honor, I don't see any local or out-of-county priors here. I would defer to the court and just simply ask for the stay-away order.
The victim suffered a face fracture, concussion, and 2 black eyes, but it looks like you have a very valid legal argument, Mr. Gottlieb.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask for an ROR.
Well, your order to stay away from the alleged victim, no contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim's home, school, and place of employment at all times. Do you understand the statement, sir?
Yeah.
All right. So I understand he went to the gym. He punched him, and then they used he used the weight belt.
Correct.
So it aggravated. There's probable cause for, I guess, the felony. You want me to split them both, 2,500 each? I'm not giving an ROR.
I understand, Judge. 5,000 is acceptable. Thank you.
$2,500 bond count 1, $2,500 bond count 2. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too. Mr. Watson, I'll take care of that. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, could you repeat the bonds?
$2,500 count 1, $2,500 count 2 with the stay away order. If he comes to your gym, call the police. Don't engage, because if you get arrested for anything else, you'll be locked up in jail until your trial.
Okay, I just want to, real quick.
Mr. Watson, please don't make any statements. You and I
Okay.
can talk about it. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. I'll make sure your bond is arranged. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Take care.
John, you want me to, which one do you want to call first? This one or that one or this one? I'm sorry, Edward Philippe is next.
Now, if you seen at the end, Wes was about to say something, and his lawyer was like, hey, shut up. Like, straight up, we'll handle it, nigga. And I don't blame him. Like, in that situation, Wes, it's probably best to just keep your mouth shut and let your lawyers do what you pay them to do. But I hear that Wes is already minded out and he's back home, so congratulations to him. He's gonna have to, eventually go to court again for that. But right now, he gets to be home. So that's cool. But in the last video, a lot of people were asking what do you think is going to happen to Wes if he ends up going to prison? And that's a very good question, because you already know that Wes has done prison time before, but not as a celebrity, right? So I figured that'd be a good video to, you know, do a little bit of content on. And my honest opinion is it could go really a couple different ways. One, if he does get locked up, you know, they could end up PCing him, you know what I'm saying? Since he's reached a certain celebrity status now, he's put a target on his back. There are people willing to try him just because of the name that he's acquired for himself. So, you know, to avoid any trouble with that, especially with the media, the police would probably segregate him in the jail and put him somewhere where he's away from general population. And he'd have to sign over his rights in order to get back into general population, basically saying, you know, I hereby consent that if I go into I'm agreeing to go into general population, even if, you know, I get skitty pop to, you know, shanked up in here. But I see it as, man, the dude's been in prison before, and I don't think much has happened to him. I seen a street TV interview where somebody who claimed that they were in there with him seen him getting down. Check this out.
I heard you bumped into a famous YouTuber in one of these out-of-state prisons.
Yeah.
You're the second person to tell me that. I was interviewing a guy from Maravilla.
Okay. He ran it.
What's his name? What's my boy's name from Maravilla? Lil Train.
Lil Train.
Lil Train from Maravilla said he bumped into Wes Watson.
Yeah.
And he kind of had a negative story.
Okay.
But your experience with Wes Watson is quite different.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was actually in the building with Wes Watson. And this was, if you guys look up North Fork Correctional Facility, this was after there was a big riot between the homies and the blacks in that facility. This was probably like a few months after that. We were on lockdown, and the only people that were able to be out there was the whites. So I was in Bravo South with Wes Watson. He was on the top tier with me. And every day when he'll come out to day room, he'll come to my cell. He would always have bud. He'll come to my cell with like little bundles, like, hey, here, bundle it up into this, into that. And he'll be like, hey, you know, keep a little stick, a little leño, a stick. That's what we call a joint in there. He like, keep a little stick for yourself, you know? And keep a little stick for myself. But he'll always be right there chopping it up with me in the cell. And he was always respectful, you know what I mean? He wasn't as loud and as wild as he is now, you know what I mean? Like, I look at him now and I hardly recognize the person that I was with back then, you know? But as far as me doing time with him, he was always cool, respectful. He wasn't all extra out like that. I did see him get down one time when we were in the gym. He got into it with the wood that had the block right there, Bravo South, Bam Bam. I don't know where Bam Bam was from, but he ended up getting into it with him in the gym, and they started locking it up right there in the gym. Boop, 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 boop. Both of them were little stocky fools, so they were getting it for a cool minute too, to the point the staffs that were there at the time seen them, and they were just like, let them get it, because it was a one-on-one, you know? After they were done, I had on 2 shirts. I took off a shirt and gave it to Wes, like, here, you know what I mean? His nose was leaking. He wasn't messed up and all that, but his nose was leaking, you know what I mean?
So it was basically a tie, that fight?
Yeah, I would say it was a tie.
And I think you described Bam Bam as one of the bullies on the yard?
Yeah, Bam Bam was a bully. Bam Bam was a bully.
So overall, I guess Wes Watson, was a solid convict.
Yeah, when I was with him, he always, like I said, he was respectful, and I can't say anything negative about the man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he wasn't all extra like he is now, but as far as me having anything negative or, man, salute, you know what I mean? That's all I can say. And I can only speak from my own experiences, because every time I talk about Wes Watson, I get a lot of people, hey this, hey that, he's telling lies. What he says, what stories he says, that's beyond me. I can only tell you my experience with the man, you know?
Yeah.
So if you check it out, like the guy just mentioned, you know, Wes wasn't afraid to throw hands with the so-called bully of the pod and wherever they were. So if he wasn't afraid to do that, then I don't think he'll be afraid to get down for, you know, anybody trying to mess with him or who'd want to, you know, start problems with him. And I think just based off of that premise alone, he'll be all right in prison. You know what I'm saying? The man's already done time. He's, you know, it's peanuts to an elephant, I figure. Like, if you've already done it once, you could probably do it again. I think they said he's done 7 years the first time. So, I mean, shoot, I don't think he'd get that much time on this offense. But, hey, man, he's already done an extensive period of time. And it sounds like he was a solid dude in there. So, I don't think much would happen to him. Now, does he have a target on his back? Yeah. Could he hit the prison system and there be just a conglomerate of dudes who all want to try him because of, you know, how his videos are online and stuff? I mean, people have access to phones in prison, so I'm pretty sure they see Wes Watson, and a lot of people have probably already been locked up with him, right? Like, a lot of people have already probably seen his videos and been like, man, I was locked up with this dude. Yeah, he's everything that he says he is. Or, yeah, I was already locked up with this dude. He lying about this, and that. So, time will tell. But, for right now, he's a free man. So, I say enjoy your freedom, gang. Stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? Don't get into any more fights right now. And let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, man. Do y'all think that Wes is going to have trouble if he ends up going to prison? I personally don't think so. I mean, I feel like if you're willing to defend yourself, then that's pretty much anywhere. People will respect that, you know what I'm saying? People respect violence. If you're willing to get violent, if you're willing to really take it there, I don't think you'll have much of a problem anywhere you go. But that's just me. Let me know your comments let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And I'll see y'all on the next one, gang. But until next time, you know the name. Transition representing Gap Tooth Gangs. And we out. Peace.
Lane sippers and mean strippers who just all up at the green and it means just fast living. And I'm not one to judge, cause I've been off that mud double cup with no fucks when I pass limits. And who gon' like to smoke and get gone off a cone, but it would not get blown unless gas in it. Hold up, we bout to roll up. I got some smoke, keep you up like it's Folgers. Rookies try to hit the cookie, fuck around and throw up. So we drop the hottest pen verse and it blow up. But we got some recognition from a nigga, so what? We be walking down the street, get beeps like they know us. Now bitches in the sheets, but the freak on the meat skis keep ready feet. Hell yeah, make them toast. You know what? I go nuts, but yet I'm steady focused. Probably from the bomb ass, fly with no lotus. I can't even think how many trees we done smoked up. Whatever the number, gonna fuss, you'll need a tow truck. Getting shit across the seas with ease, put a boat up. That's no lie, baby girl, no joking. Shorty said she can't